And we are back. Yes, we will play first. Yeah. This less exciting. Less exciting hand. Still keep, but this is not our most exciting hand. I'm keeping it on the strength of Dak. If we hit a land, getting to Dak could really do a thing. Because some of the most powerful stuff you can do here is in this particular cube is artifact based. Also drawing that in case we go blue land into counterspell. But here I'm just going to tap out for the jet. They'll probably blow it up. It's okay. As long as they hit another land and get to Dak, we're happy. Okay, here I'm just going to wait, and I think Pester might upkeep. Then put a jet on it and see what we can do. Yes, tap that forest. So if you were planning on channeling, that's not happening. Dak is kind of at his worst against green decks because they don't need the artifact ramp, but I'm just going to get the jet counters going and make sure that they can't do anything with their mana elves that they may or may not have. Paul U. Kranos. Oddly enough, we can beat that. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to involve using a bunch of these counters and a burst lightning, but we can kill Paul. So let's start by doing that. I want Paul dead. Sorry, Paul. You got to go. Bloop. 1, 2, 3. And what fun toy do I have coming up to play with? Incinerate or nothing? I'll take an incinerate, I guess. Oh, I know somebody who would like that mana. I know somebody who would like that mana a lot. But first, Pestermite's going to do what Pestermite does. And then Dak's going to do what Dak does. Which is yoinks! This is why Jit is such a powerful card. Like, they can't play anything with 3 toughness now or I just kill it. They can draw the cards they want. It will not help you. We'll start with Dacking, because if I hit the right card, we just win. I don't need any more lands now. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't need to do that right now. I could have killed them if I'd swung with the Mutavault too, so that was probably a mistake. I was thinking that I could just flash this in and tap down a land. I guess I didn't need to, but I should have gone for lethal there. There was no reason not to animate the Mutavault swing. I didn't count the counters first. So that's something to be aware of. Like, that's 6 damage. This makes it 8. Plus 5 is 13. So, like, just swinging with the Mutavault, they're done. But, man, got there anyway. But it's still worth, like, noticing mistakes like that. I do like the artifact hate that we're playing. I like all of the burn the little stuff that we're playing. So I think this is actually the matchup our deck is built for. I don't often run artifact ramp in green decks, but some of it's so good that you have to. Like, you're still going to run Moxes in a deck like that. I don't think we want Duretti. Like, looping some artifacts isn't really going to help us. They're going to bring in some artifact hate for that Jit, presumably, and I kind of don't care. they're just as likely to dump their hand as we are, so I think I like what's happening here. This hand, though, pretty bad. Pretty bad. It does have turn 1 Figure of Destiny, which is cool, but it's got to go back. We can do better. That's actually not better. With the double blue, and I told you guys to keep track of how many lands we get screwed because we have a Mutavault. This is one of them. It's probably keepable with a Scry, but I've got to hit 2 lands. I think I keep it, but I'm a little nervous here. Torchfiend makes it better. Like, I'd really like to draw lands, but if they're going to do any artifact ramp, this is actually not bad. If they play an elf here, it's probably just game over. Search for Tomorrow, though, kind of don't care about that. I'm going to play the Mutavault here because there's a possibility I want to attack with it. I really think that's unlikely. I'm also not worried about Wasteland or Strip Mine because we've already seen them. Sheldock Isle is pretty good. And I think I have to deploy that and have Char up next turn. I don't love what's happening here, but we'll take it. Exarch under there's good. It means if we ever get Kiki, we can do something. I can also go Torchfiend into Chandra. I guess the thing we're scared of is that they slam that 4-mana rock and we can't blow it up this turn. But that's not what happened, so we're all right. Dak. Dak is a good gentleman. Dak is a good gentleman. And I need to hit land drops. So let's just do what Dak do. Right now I've got my choice of Planeswalkers. I think I'd rather have Chandra. And I think I don't want the Outpost Siege either. That feels really bizarre. Because those are not 2 cards I expected to discard. I guess the Torchfiend loses a little value, but it's got some value because I can cast it. All right. So I can char the land, which is not great. I can char Nissa, which I like. The Jit is pretty legit. Pretty legit. And I'm not in a position to look for counter spells here. So I think I like char the land. Actually, I could play the Pestermite, untap a land, play the Jit. But I kind of don't want to deal with that Planeswalker over there. Yeah, discard the expensive spells and you're probably okay. It feels weird to discard 2 Planeswalkers in a row, but this is the world we live in. Especially when I could have cast that one, but I think I need this chard, or her chard. Then Dak goes to 1, then I can Pestermite and play the Jit, and then we can kind of get out of this. I mean, if I rip another land, Burst Lightning could just kill that too, and then we're back where we were. They're going to take me off blue, which sucks, but at least we're not dealing with this guy. So I can get close to ultimating. Whenever you cast a spell that targets one or more permanents, gain control. So I can actually Torch Fiend and chump and not be bad off. Although Pester might tap your land just seems good. So maybe the Torch Fiend's just gotta go. Then I can implement start stealing his crap. I like everything that's happening here. Beast on deck. Okay. I mean, that's not great, but it is okay considering what we're about to do with this Jit, which is murder our opponent's face. There's no reason to have that tapped. Except that we can't use the mana anyway, so why bother? Alright then, we're just off to the races, and they did bring in the artifact hate that we suspected. We can also rip Kiki off the top and just win. And if they want to race, Mutavault can attack too. I discarded all of my card advantage because I thought Dak was going to be enough, and that may have been a mistake. Yeah, we're kind of stuck now, and I've chumped all my card advantage, so I'm not loving my position here. Like, we can at least kill that and sit. But is that even a world I want to live in? Yeah, I think we made some mistakes and counted on some of our cards being better than they actually are. Because now our opponent's got 3 cards. We've ditched all of our card draw. Our combo pieces are gone. I mean, the upside is they're going to draw some cards that are worthless. We could hit a Thundermaw Hellkite, though. That would be good. Fire and Ice? That's not what I want. It cycles, but it's not what I want. I want a Thundermaw Hellkite. It could technically get me in for 2, but that's not what we're trying to do here. Yeah, they've kind of answered my good cards, and I threw away other good cards looking for land, and then ended up here. This is not a happy place. It's just a matter of time until they cast their whatever their big thing is and kill me with it. That is an acceptable big thing. Alright, so I can hit something for 4. That's not going to do much. I mean, I can kill that. I can gang block the Wolfilf Silverheart and then burn it. It feels rough when I don't have a lot of options, but I guess an option is not no option. That's not an instant. So gang blocking it doesn't even do anything, does it? I thought that was a burst lightning, but it's a chain lightning. I already cast the burst lightning. Yeah, I've backed myself into a terrible, terrible corner. We're probably chumping with the Beast Within token. My opponent outplayed me here, and that's good. That's good. For them, not for me, obviously. Alright, Sower was one of the things we needed to play Magic again, and we have it. Because we can take the Wolf of Silverheart, break this bond. Potentially bond it to one of our creatures if we can get one in play. Or just trade it off for that and be fairly happy. I'll probably try to double block with the Beast Token and the Mutavault if given the option. I'm a little scared about whatever they're going to find here. Because it might just be something that wrecks us. They have discarded Kozilek. Okay. And gotten a Crater Hoof. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Because I don't think we can soak that much. That's 15 coming in, and we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, we can survive this. I'm not really sure what we're doing after it happens, but it's not going to be pretty. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I guess we can block. I've got to block everything, don't I? Yeah, so we may as well just block where at least something dies. So this leaves me taking 6 and being dead. Can I block in such a way that we actually get to keep any creatures? Even if they're not good ones. Like this block soaks the same amount of damage, but leaves me with at 1 with a creature in play. If I'm doing that right. Yeah, this leaves me with 1 creature of their choice in play and going to 1 life. That's probably better than the alternative. I still don't think it's particularly good. Especially if they do it like that. Okay. What we're going to do now is see if we can find 1 more mistake to make on our turn. No? Okay. Well, let's at least go out in a classy manner here. No, I don't want to redirect it. Alright, so this time we're just going to not throw away all of our good cards looking for bad ones. They've got to be playing a decent amount of stuff and things if they think Kozilek is reasonable, or they could just have Channel. I think I like our plan. I just need to not screw it up. That was a slow hand, and we ended up looting away our power to try to hit land drops. So I'm not going to go too nuts about that. Like, I made some mistakes were certainly made. I don't know that the loots were mistakes. I think you could make a compelling argument that because we were short lands, I had to ditch some of that stuff and lean pretty heavily on Dak. Green is also not known for its way to instant speed deal with planeswalkers, although Beast Within does do that. I would like to play first, and this I can get behind. This is all the land drops we want, plus a counter spell. Plus the ability to any card advantage spells we draw, just cast them and be happy about it. I kind of have to leave up the counter on turn 2, which I don't like. It's going to slow down our mana development. But if they're playing Channel, they're just going to win if I don't counter it. And since I've got nothing else, I think I kind of have to do this. Yeah, like something like that is almost just as bad. Now here, since we've drawn basically all lands, we do need to hit something. When you're down on lands, that is not a bad card to draw. We've got Outpost Siege, Firebolt. Start doing things now. Alright, has Kozilek in hand. That probably means we're getting channeled out here. Yeah. So the downside is Kozilek will kill us. The upside is there's kind of a slim chance that we can burn them out. I'm not saying it's particularly likely. I'm just saying it's possible. Alright, so first, Firebolt has to hit. And they have to not be able to make us discard it. So let's start with that. Do you have a 1-drop? You don't. Okay. Next up, Muldrifter has to hit. Now, there's two options here. We need to be able to get in a little bit more damage next turn. I think I actually like Outpost Siege here. Because what I can do is actually pick the cons one. No, maybe that's what I do, is just burn him here so he's at 4. And then we attack with this, but I can't take 12 twice, but that lets me block and deal 2 damage to them. I've got to win so fast. It's questionable, and we know he's got a slime coming. He's going to slime me next turn, so whatever we hit off of this, like, I'd love to dig to that char, which I think I took out. But like the Jit would be legit. I can just hit him here and then any burn spell off the top gets it. And if not, I can cast Outpost Siege, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this. Okay, I think I'm supposed to do this and just try to burn them out. It's again scary that they could have a spell to counter any of our stuff. This is still converted mana cost 1, so if he couldn't counter it before, he can't counter it now. Or he can use his survival to go find it. Alright. Kozilek plus survival is a pretty sweet thing there. Imagine we're getting our Signet slimed. Oh no, Kitchen Finks. That's actually pretty good too. We're just probably dead here. I guess we're still playing Magic if I draw Kiki and he can't counter it. We did not draw Kiki. So we are going to have to chomp. If I can chomp with these two and not lose this, we might be in business. And I can cast all of these things, right? Like, he may be able to counter some of them, but let's start here. Okay, that's actually not the end of the world. I've got to basically put us not dead to Beast Within on one of my blockers. So unfortunately we can't even attack here. But I think if I draw Kiki into, because then I can copy the Muldrifter, double block it with the Muldrifter, and get a lot of cards towards the Pestermite combo. That only doesn't work if he attacks with these, although I guess I can block that. We're in a very tenuous and fragile board state at the moment, but it's not one that I mind. I was scared of channel. I think you're still supposed to counter Raphaelos, though, even though I've got plenty of ways to remove it once it's in play. Yo, just ripped a few too many lands here, I think. Let's see, though. Like I said, there's still a very tiny out. And again, he has to not have spells to counter any of that stuff while we're chumping. I'm not suggesting that things are going well here. I don't think I'm supposed to attack with this knowing he has Beast from Within. Would him being at 6 matter? I guess it would if I draw exactly Char. And then I get to feel pretty stupid because I've locked myself, I think, into a position where I have to draw Kiki Jiki to win. I don't have enough mana to invest in this guy to make him an 8/8 flying first strike amazing dude. I'm gonna need what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're pretty far away from that unless we get like a Seething Song or whatever. Hey, oddly enough, the best draw right now that's not in the deck might just be the Vessel from the current format. You're going to Acidic Slime my Izzet Signet, right? No. You're going to play Paul and kill my 2 blockers and finish me off. That works. That works. Goodbye, dear Torch Fiend. Goodbye, Figure of Destiny. You were too good for this world. I think well, that still lets me draw a card. I can't think of any one card that just wins the game here, but he did take away my 1 out. Who knows, though? I could draw Devil's Play or something. Burst Lightning. That's again another draw that means I should have attacked with the Mole Drifter. If I still had the Mole Drifter in play, which obviously we didn't because Paul is a card, then we could have attacked for 2, and basically killed him. But we got here. I guess we would have had to draw Electrolyze into Burst Lightning. I still can't think of any draws that do it. That's going to finish us up here. I'll just go ahead and burn myself out for the funsies. The Channel is a fair and balanced card, much like Fox News. Where did it go? There it went. It is essentially the Fox News of Magic. So I appreciate you guys and gals watching. I will scoop here in a minute if my opponent doesn't. Reminder, I'm not sure if the videos will get delayed for next week. I am going to GP Montreal, so that'll eat into some of my video making time. So we may have one more cube next week instead of Emo, which I would like to get out there as soon as possible, but may not have the ability to do. We'll see. We'll see about that. Do come check out the stream at twitch.tv/Simulin. And if you happen to be at GP Montreal, look for the short white guy in a Hawaiian shirt that's going bald. That's me. Would love to say aloha in person. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you next time.